What a fun night. What a fun night. You know what I really like about these chats, these live streams? Is that I get to come on at the very end. Yeah. Now I say from, let me, oh, I always move this chair over my cord. I say from 10:20 to whenever. So I might go a little bit longer than a half hour, but I'm not going to be on all night tonight because this has been a day. This has been a day. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. Hi, Lori. Hi, Aunt Beck. Who else is in here? I'm still standing up and looking at my phone. Let's make sure it's charging. It is. Let me sit down. Well, I had chosen the theme of art journaling. And then when May couldn't make it, I did the drawing one previously. And we've already filled that slot. I'm so happy for next month at least. So, and we have another new member that I haven't even announced to the group yet. So, and Barb Owen has offered to fill in as a substitute if some of us can't make it. So, maybe we can get Barb Owen on here every now and then. Wouldn't that be fun? Let me get out my tablet. Let me get out my tablet here and say hello to folks. Come on, flip. Flippity flip. Let's look and see who's come in. Oh, wow. Welcome, everybody. I got my ad playing here. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Violet and Stack Shapes and Lisa and Ruth. Welcome, welcome. Josie, Card Chick, Crafty Kitty, Creative Nana, a.k.a. Sheila. Welcome, Sheila. Glad to have you join us. Becky, Lori, Patty. Hi, Patty. Hi, Mina. It's always good to see my regulars. I always say, hi, it's so good to see you again. I laugh at these chats sometimes because we'll go for one chat, hi, hi. And the next chat we'll go, hi, hi, like we hadn't seen each other for a whole 10 minutes. Aw, thank you. This has been a wonderful hop. I see my camera up above is crooked. You'll see a black line up there. Let me straighten out my camera so it looks a little, well, it looks okay in here, but there, that's a little better. So what do I have out here? Well, I was just enthralled by all the work that Lisa's done. Oh my goodness. All her collage work, she was showing all of her journals and everything. Oh, so I got a few of my own out. Penelope's sitting here. I always put her out to greet everybody on the beginning thumbnail. So now I don't have a spot to put her. She's going to go over here on my product cart over here. Hopefully she'll sit there. Tanya sent me this little journal. Well, she sent it to several people at the beginning of last year. And I got it completed. Now, she's gone on and created another journal, but I've got so much going on, I can't follow her in the next one. But we were following her stream, Tanya McGuire, and she sent this little journal and had all sorts of different papers in here that we could work on. So, and I was thinking about what we do in here is a lot of collage, but you can do art mixed media with no collage. Now see, this is a tissue paper and I've sprayed ink through a stencil, but you could easily put some paint on there and put maybe some watercolor on a page and pen and ink, and it's still mixed media. So there can be mixed media with no collage. But when we do art journaling, a lot of it is collage. And so here's this little art journal. I'm just going to go through a few of what I've done Well, since I've been back here in Nebraska, let me put these back together here, and I'll put them behind my chair. This is a journal that was gifted to me by our very own Journey Stolman, and I just treasure this journal. I treasure it because Journey does she does beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. I'm going to turn you guys right side up in my wastebasket so I can see what I'm, go see where I'm going here. She's got stitching on here. You know, Barb Owen did stitching today on her. She showed us how she made those papers, those stitch fabric papers and everything. Beautiful. And that's kind of what Journey does too on her work. Lace. This, of course, is the cover, and it's a canvas cover. I have not put any art in here of my own because I don't want to mess up what's in there. I put on here my own note that says the most beautiful things I know from, I don't know what that means. I don't know why I put that note there, but the most beautiful things, here we are. You know, see, look, it's got some fabric in there. I have not done my own work in this journal. If I do work in this journal, and if I do put my own art in here, I'll probably do an art on another page, and then if I like it, I'll put it in here. But so far, I'm just enjoying art journaling. And so what got me started art journaling? Well, of course, I've always done sketchbooks, but they were known as sketchbooks back in the day. And we didn't do a lot of collage and mixed media. Well, we did. I didn't. I did a lot of sketching. And painting. Somebody asked me recently if I do any oil painting. Well, I had done oil painting and acrylic painting, but I don't have any walls to hang that stuff on. Here are the walls. Here are our walls. We can fold them up. This is a little journal that Janet Baum sent me. Bless her heart. And I did work in this one. I did work in it. Look, she's got a butterfly with a little girl in there. I love that butterfly. And the little girl there, little Tim Holtz piece. And I put, she also sent an ephemera with it. And I put some of the ephemera in here. I left some of her pages, but this also has some of Aunt Beck's paste paper. Aunt Beck had sent me some paste paper. And of course, I'm not going to do any art over that. I'm just enjoying the texture of the paste paper. And here's some more Tim Holtz pieces and some collage work. I think this is Janet's work here. Here's some paste paper, I think, from Aunt Beck. Some more here. You know, see, and I know what this is. This means a lot to me going through. And of course, then there's Tim Holtz figure in there. And you know, I just enjoy looking at these. I just pulled out a few of my random journals. A few of the random ones. I had them all out on the floor. I was going to show all my journals in Dee Dee's stream where she was interviewing, but we had an issue in that I was trying to use my mobile phone to use StreamYard, and my earbuds weren't working right, and it echoed, so it did not go over too good. I think Dee Dee deleted the stream because it was just horrible. But I had all these journals, you know, scattered on my floor behind me, and I put them all away, and I'm not going to take them out again. I'm just going to show you a few. This is actually a glue book, which is an art journal. And this one I made out of a piece of, this was actually a dish towel. And it actually had the sheep, the pig, and the cow. Well, when I cut it, I decapitated the cow, so I found the fussy cut and put the cow's head back on it. So this is a glue book. I haven't had this one out for a long time. And this is a jeans. When I first came down here, my brother had a stack of these jeans that he was going to toss out. And I said, don't toss them out, I'll wash. And I did. I washed them real good. And he watched me for a couple of weeks cut up all his old jeans, and he just shook his head. But I'm going, wow, how fun this was. And see, here's the Wrangler label off of it and the Wrangler logo up here. This is that leather piece. And you open it up. I haven't looked in here for a long time. This is a letter from one of the gals that was all that high school in Colorado where they had that shooting. And this was one of the gals that survived, and she wrote a letter. I'm not going to read it all, but it impressed me, and I put it in here. And let's see, what else do I have in here that I can flip to? Different pages. This was all glue booking pages, which is collage, essentially. I love this piece. I had all these colonial dresses that I was working from. And, you know, some of these. This is glue booking, so the pages are going to stick. I just did these as I was doing them, having fun, playing around in Antique Shop, Home Sweet Home. I should get these out more often. Here's Thomas Jefferson and Rembrandt, the strong silent type. I don't know if he was or not, but he looks like it. Don't Go Away, Get Away, Searching for Common Sense. Here's some tiger lilies here. Let's see. You're going to hear my pages crunch as I open these. I haven't had these open for a long time. Life's an Adventure. This was a flip page here, I believe. A little inclusion page. Oh, this was where this was where one of my first experiences of doing a whimsical page, but that was the scraps that I had left over, and I put it in there. Do I have one more page in here? Whoops. I think I do. Yeah. So, and these are just fun to do. You know, get out your magazines and save your images. That's a whole nother thing, is fussy cutting. This is another one of my favorite pages because I have this little Amish girl in the background here, and then the little baby, and this is the dog that's taking a nap with her. One Big Promise. The Sky's the Limit. This was one of Thomas Jefferson's slaves, but I think he freed her. But there's a photograph of her. That was in the Smithsonian Magazine. Flowers, Fireflies at Dusk. This is what unforgettable memories are made of. This is one of my favorite books. I don't know. I guess I should wax all these papers. Maybe I'll get out the Daddy Vans and do that. I was gifted some Daddy Vans, and I'm just hoarding it. I should get it out and use it, shouldn't I? Here's some postage stamps. Kiesha, here's some postage stamps. And this one actually is a flip page. We have all these different techniques that we use in our journals. Some more of those colonial dresses. Now, I said that was a fox, but I think they told me that was, is that a fox or a red panda? I forget. I called that a fox. One of these, that I have trouble telling the difference between a red panda and a fox. This is the jeans here. This is a fabric page here. And this is the end of the journal. So I cut this. We get our grocery paper sacks at our local grocery store where we buy our groceries. And it always says thank you. So I cut that thank you out and put on there. The things that we use. Here's a peacock off of a calendar. And there's the back. That was kind of fun for me just to go through and review. Which reminds me I need to get in there and wax those pages. You need to wax them every now and then, especially, but don't do it until you know you're done. Don't do it until you know that you're done. This is a journal, another type of journal that was made out of, and this might be a little sticky too, that was made out of a file folder. You know those file folder journals. Crunchy Crunch. And I think I put dolls in here. I might not be able to get them out. Yeah, dolls. This was Posy. Oh, this one I had I had an acetate pocket here. Another tag. There's another tag behind here. Georgie Porgy. I had a doll magazine that I was using. I think it's the Doll Crafter or something. I got it at the thrift store. And so I made this doll journal. This one just has papers to write on. Another acetate pocket there. Clear pocket. Here's another. Hopefully I can get it out. Come on, Meri. You're online. There it comes. It didn't stick. It was just in there. This is Becky. This is Becky. The doll's name was Becky. Got a little chain trim there. I had some pages that said Elizabeth, and I still have that happy mail to go to Beth Schuler, Elizabeth. Here's a little, looks like my little pocket came off with it. This is what happens when you journal. This was just a mini file folder that I made with dolls that I fussy cut out of the magazine. And I see the little pocket didn't stick on that page very well. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Homemade. Let's see, I think I have another tag in here that's stuck. Clarice and Alex. Fun journals. Very fun journals. I don't know if this is one I did with Lisa and Tanya or not, but I followed a lot of journals with Lisa and Tanya. Here's a journal, and I don't know if Barb Owen remembers, but she started a little mini journal, and she did the alphabet between each one, and she did them on flip pages. And I don't think she's gotten back to working on that yet. This is what I have. I did all the alphabet in there. I don't even know where I got the alphabet from. I'm not sure where I got my letters from, but they're all there. I don't even remember. Oh, that looks like stickers. They're stickers on index cards. So I must have bought some stickers. Some washi tape, fabric washi tape in the center there to give it some strength. So this was, I think, a Barb Owen every time I look at this little journal. I've been saving it to work on it if Barb ever works on it. This is a little journal that was sent to me by Becky. And I think this was a part of her Twinchy stuff that when we joined her, either into your Twinchy swap. And this one was sent to me by Becky. No, this one was not. Well, let's put it this way. The ribbon was sent to me by Becky. And this page is, the cover's made out of wallpaper. And speaking of covers, did you get to watch what APGJamie was doing? She made serendipity paper journal covers. Very cool. She had a little problem with the internet, but you know that happens. It seems to happen in just, I got it upside down. It seems to happen in just about every stream. Not every stream, every hop. If it's not Linda or Shelley or Meri losing her connection, you know, it's just the internet, and we've got to work around on it. So I think these papers were a part of what Becky sent, and then I compiled them into a little mini journal. Yeah, they are, because here's her card. You be you. And Becky made this little little scrap paper card. I just love this. She does such a nice job. This was for joining the Twinchy swap, the Twinchy and Inchy swap. And she sent some papers, then I bound them to a journal, and I have some extras here. And then I think that Becky sent this too. So these are little journals that I probably will not get a chance to work on this year, but I might do the same thing in working in these as what we did with Tanya's little journal last year. So I can get a lot of my now, and that's just a sampling of the journals that I have. I have a lot of art journals that last year I was doing one a month. And I don't know if I'm going to do that next year or not. I'm still deciding what I want to do next year. It's only November. I've got a month to decide. Am I going to get this? Well, we'll just leave it like that for now. I'm not done. I'm not done. You know, my calendar, my altered calendar journal. This is a calendar. I can't even find the front of it. Where's the front? That's June, April, so it's this way. It's way over here. Oh, I might have my hand in it. Here, I got this calendar at the Nebraska Junk Jaunt the first year that I came down here, which is a 350-mile garage sale. And I picked it up for like 50 cents or so. And I needed some place to put all my scraps. So around February, I still have January to work in because I started around February. I think February the 16th. In the mornings, in my morning streams, I start putting, I started putting scrappies. Just things I have on my desk. And it's kind of one thing that I like to do in my morning streams. And then on this side, I have all these fluffy things hanging out of it. And so when it's done, it's going to sit like this, if I can find room for it in here. So that's really the, you know, there's all those big Berthas and Fatty Patties and all of those. Well, this is like my mini Meri, my mini fluffy Meri, which looks a lot like the zine journal. I don't have it out, but you know, Tanya made a zine. I had this stuck in here someplace. Tanya made a zine in her stream this afternoon, and I just happened to come back into her stream when she was making that zine. And I'm going to make a zine next week. In a fractured, I think she called it a fractured paper zine. But Janice Glines had sent me a little journal that she made, and I think she made it out of envelopes. I can't remember exactly how I think she made it out of envelopes to hold my zines. And boy, is it packed. It looks about like this. Just from this year because of Tanya. Tanya got me started doing zines. Now the journals that I'm working in now are, of course, this one. This is the ledger journal that I bought for next year, and thinking that I was going to do my art journaling in it. But you see how I like to pack things in there, and this binding will never do. It will never do. I'm almost breaking it now, and I just have a few pages in there. I'm going to do an ATC. I like to do my ATCs right in my journal, the ones that I don't trade. And so I've got 2 pages started there, and I'm also going to do my sketches and drawings for my pet portraits in here. So that's a whole nother journal that I'll just work on when I work on it. Then I have this yummy page journal. I have this game that I'm playing. It's something like the Pick 10, but I take it to the extreme because I go and get techniques. I have a whole routine that I go through to get techniques out of, like the Art Journaling Magazine, Somerset's Art Journaling Magazine, or the Bella Grace, or Somerset Studio. And I'm not going to go through it all because it would be very time consuming. But I end up sort of a Pick 10, Pick Dirty Dozen, and I call them yummy pages to stand for your unique mixed media magazine, yay, magazine, yummy. Your unique mixed media magazine, yay. And it's just like a little game I like to play. And what I really like about it is I learn the techniques that are in that issue of that magazine that I'm using for reference, and I can apply it. Like, this is not my style. I would probably never do something like this on my own. I love it, but it's just nothing I would probably do on my own. But following that technique of the reference page, you know, look at the page that happened here. And now I could do something like this on my own. This is more my style. This is more where I go very vintagey and collagey and and this one is incomplete, which is okay. So there's that I'm magazine art journals. Oh, I'm not done. This is my holiday art journal, and I'm going to work in this one tonight. That I'm putting in, I'm going to have, this is 100 pages here, 100-page magazine. I counted them. I went and looked at that, and I know there's 100 pages in this journal, so I have enough for 50 double-page layouts. So I'll have 31 pages in December, 6 in January, and that leaves me 13 for the other holidays. That's what I'm working on now. So I did a tree, and this is just kind of like a layout I was working on, Christmas tree layout. This was our first snow day. I still need to journal it. I put one of those glassine bags that was sent to me in a project kit from Happy Mail. I put that on there, and that looks like the window. And I'm going to put lace curtains in here. This is looking out our window. Our garden is over here. This is our first snow day was October 25th. And then Sue Hiles, she runs the December Daily Anything Goes Facebook group. And she suggested that we do a current events page. So I'm going to do something like that. I've been saving news. I showed these in my stream the other morning. I'm not going to go through them again, but I've been saving current events out of our local newspaper. And I thought the other thing I'd like to do is save a holiday, and I've done that before in my other art journals, save a holiday ad to one of the stores like Kohl's or something. And 10 years from now, you'll go back and you'll look at that ad and say, wow, Christmas slippers only cost $10 back then. And here's a little fabric bookmark that I made off of our Time for Art Hop. Lucia had her stream was on making bookmarks, and this was the fabric one. Mine's a little large, but I like it anyway. And this came from Lori Paint Girly, and I'm going to, I cut my little lace piece short because I wanted my horse to show, but it doesn't stay in the corner very well, so I'm going to hand stitch some lace on here, and that'll help hold it on. I'm not going to do that tonight. So that's another journal that I've been working on. I'm going to keep this one out because I'm going to work in it tonight. Okay, I got a piece hanging there. Then one more I want to show you. One more. This is my very first Society of Idea Collectors journal. We love Dee Dee Willingham. We love Dee Dee Willingham. This is what got me inspired. And Dee Dee keeps saying, Mary's the queen of Society of Idea Collectors, and I'm not. I'm not. Dee Dee is. I never did this type of journaling until I started watching Dee Dee Willingham. And I really like this. I need to get my Society of Idea. This was a composition book, and I reinforced the binding here, but it stayed pretty good. It stayed pretty good. I didn't have to, well, no, I did not break this binding. This is still the stitched binding, original stitched binding. I reinforced it here with tape. I think I did. No, I think that's the original binding too. So wherever I got this composition book, it was a good one. This is duct tape, that lace duct tape. And I got some stamps here that came from Dee Dee. A little ink bottle, and I'm not sure what that is up here. I'd have to look. And an ink pen. I'm not sure what that stamp is. Eyeglasses. I think Dee Dee sent that to me. And here I drew a great big light bulb. Here's another stamp here. And I've got a Midori style journal in there. I just threw in there, I guess. This was, I think she's still, this is a Christmas postcard that I made in 2017. And it's supposed to go to Valerie Critchley. I think she still comes to our stream. So Valerie, if you're out there, you won this postcard. I didn't get an address for you. So I'm still saving your postcard. If you're out there listening, or if somebody knows Valerie Critchley, Critchley, I have a postcard that should have been sent to her in 2017. But that was not because I was slow, because I was very good with mail back then. But this was just because I didn't have her address. So there it is. Here's a to-do list. This is a bookmark, I guess. Look, who, what, when, where, why, and how. This is what I learned from Dee Dee. I love Society of Idea Collectors. Dee Dee could do a whole channel on SOIC, and I would be there every video. See, I started documenting my August here, all my days in August. And here's where I was trying to determine what kind of tabs I was going to have in here, because I was learning from Dee Dee. All of these, some of these are notes that I took. I'm still determining my tabs there. But I was taking notes. I'd watch Dee Dee stream and sit there and take notes off of her video. I just love going through this. I get ideas from looking, when that's what a Society of Idea Collector journal is about. You go back and set it aside for a couple years and come back and look at it. Let's see, do I have dates on here? September 1st, September 11th. What I think this was 2017. Oh my goodness, do I have the year down here someplace? August. Where's my year? I'm going to have to go figure it out. I think this is 2017 journal. I'm pretty sure it is. See if I can find a date. She'd give us homework to do. See, here's her pen that I stamped off of the pen stamp that she sent. She'd give us homework to do, and I did my homework. But I don't see a year on here. Why didn't I put any years on here? Oh, there has to be a year in here someplace. Yeah, here's some years. 7/29/17, 8/13/17. These are urban sketching series. I was thinking about urban sketching. Here's all my notes for my little Sebastian. This is where this came from Society. Look, there's the owl. I sketched the owl. This was the final sketch for one of the videos that I did. So this all came, that video series came from the Society of Idea Collectors, and I researched it all, made mind maps. Oh, I look at this and I go, I want to go back and do this stuff again. I just wish Dee Dee would do more. Here is, I think it was Patricia Stubbs who won this. I gave this away, the original of this. I think Patricia Stubbs won it, if I remember right. And I made a copy of it at the library of Sebastian. This is Sebastian. I drew a picture of Sebastian. Here was the original sketch, though. Scribble sketch. Scribbling. Don't be afraid to sketch your ideas out, even if they're scribbles. Because, you know, I see a spider in there. Here's more mind mapping. This is still on Halloween. One of these came from Dee Dee, and then I think I expanded it. And here's her list where she was, where's my list section here? Where is my list section? You know how we're doing lists? I'm ashamed of my list section. Let's see, where is it here? Notes. It's probably so skinny I can't even find it. YouTube. Spiritual. On my research section, I just have a little, I don't even know, my list section just has about three things on it. I don't even know where it's at, it's so small. This is still research, random. Here's where I carved stamps for my labels. I'll have to hunt those out again. This was where I was sketching them out. And then she gave us an assignment to take each one of our tabs. And then go in and mind map our tabs. So if you'll look in here, if I get there, here's one of my tabs. This is my homework tab. Who, what, when, where, and why. And I have my little mind map and all my notes around it. Here's the one for colors. Here's a list. Dee Dee taught me how to do lists too. You know, we have so much fun doing lists. Here's the first stamp carving sketches. I started doing Carve December in 2017 too. And these are all my sketch ideas. And so it's fun to go back and look at these journals. Now, this is not so much an art journal as it is an inspiration journal. I accumulate things that I'm doing in here. I didn't start and say, okay, I'm going to make an art page here. I said, I carved this. I want to carve a cornucopia stamp. So I started sketching. Let's see, I have some blank pages. Here I was, here I had a dream. I woke up. I remember just before I woke up in my dream, I just hired to work for a company. I still dreamt a lot when I came down here about my jobs. I was assigned to a man who was known to be a genius. Whoa. I went to the office, and his office was fascinating, intriguing, mysterious. I found my desk and began to settle in, praising God in a little song. He is here, he is here, he is here. I was pulled away by a human resource advisor and trying to explain that I attended the University of Nebraska, but I didn't have a degree because but I have an associate degree. Here I was in my dream trying to explain my educational level to this human resource person who probably didn't give a darn. The advisor said, "You have a degree now," and handed it to me. Whoa! I got a degree in my dream. See, I don't even remember having this dream. I had instantly had the BFA that had been denied to me. I said, it should have been given to me years ago. And when I went back to my desk, my genius boss was going through my things, trying to find my new ideas, my mysteries. I wondered if he was going to my list of ideas. He is here. I wondered at I can't even read my own writing. I wondered at the ease of getting the BFA. I recognized the genius as a seeker. I'm not sure what I meant, but I recorded that dream. I go back now, and I'm not ashamed to. That's what I dreamt on August this is dated the 28th. I probably dreamt it on August the 27th of 2017. What was that section under? Writing. So see, I had a section on writing, and I wrote about my dream in there. I should go in and illustrate that because I can see me talking to that human resource person now. Quest for August prompt. Hot and cold. A pedestal, here I wrote down a quote, a pedestal is as much a prison as any small confined space. And don't put me up on a pedestal. I'm too fat for them. I'll break them down. Once upon a time in America, here's my final draft for the Sebastian. I was writing out all my Sebastian stories. I drafted all that Sebastian story out in handwriting. You know, this is the final one, and this is the scribbly one. Here's more of it. That was writing. That's my writing section. This is the mind map for it. I chose a word. I hope you guys are listening because I'm not watching chat. Here are some questions. And I wasn't asking very many questions either. I'm getting better, but I need to work on my questioning. I found these questions out of different magazines. What did you let go of that changed your life? When did you last surprise yourself? What dream have you not mustered up the courage to pursue? What would you say is the great hope of your life these days? So, and then I mind map my question tab. What adventure would you love to share with your best friend? Are you ready for greatness? I doubt it. Is it possible to find the end of the rainbow? What's one dream you've seen fulfilled? That's a good question. Think about it. Of all the dreams and wishes you have, what is one that has been fulfilled? I'd have to say it's probably my art. I always wanted to be an artist per se. Now, I'm not a professional artist, but I would have to say that probably my art is a dream that I've seen fulfilled. I have a lot of dreams that didn't get fulfilled, but it sure was fun trying to work for them, wasn't it? I don't regret any of my failures out there, because that's how you learn. That's how you grow. Things I need. Notebook paper. This is a list of things I need. These are questions, but I had a list here of things I needed when I go shopping. I just wrote it down. At that time, see, I crossed them off, so I got them. Cellophane for lace papers, envelopes, a gift for Dee Dee, Lucia. This was when Dee Dee went to Hobby Lobby. She went to Hobby Lobby and she picked out stuff for me. And I went to Hobby Lobby in December 2017, and I got her a gift, and I never sent it to her. Did I send it to her? I don't think I ever sent that gift to her. I'm doing something for her. She's on my radar. But she might have to wait a while till at least after Christmas. I wanted paint chips, white cardstock, Gorilla Tape, plastic sleeves, transparent papers, a notebook paper, cold medicine, stomach medicine. LED light, candles, earbuds, eyeglasses. I buy my eyeglasses, my reading glasses at the Dollar Tree. That's all I need. And, well, a little people paper. Might have trouble getting that people paper. You know what that is. Today, I think one of the chats, they were saying that they only allowed one package per person, per shopper. These are my references here to some internets. Travis, the art journal guy, www.mindmapping.org, www.studentartguide.com. So there's still some good references out there. Here's another mind map. This was for the reference. I don't have much in that. Some more reference. On this reference, I did make a list. I listed all the pages in my little mini composition book here. I did a mini composition art journal that year. So what do I have here? These are some giveaway games that I was actually giving away. I actually sent these. But these are all the ranges. I don't know why they meant a lot to me, but I have the range. And some of them I wrote down who won it. Janet. I got Little. I think that might have meant Cheryl. I'm not sure who that is. Lee. I'm not sure who that one is either. But I started saving all these hop. Cindy won. This was Cindy Signs. I'm not sure what these are. Here I've written down my email. This is my random tag. This is where I kept all my ranges for my games. We were playing a card game back then. That game didn't go over very good. Here's more giveaways. Kathy Whitney won one. 912. I think I actually gave these away. There's some addresses there I don't want to show. Tim Holtz Fabric ATCs. Carving for Dee Dee? Question mark. I'm not sure if I actually sent her a carving. I know I sent her a stamp of my Penelope. I sent her an envelope. I sent her a snow globe. She got that. Here's my research, another mind map for research. That other one I think was random. This is fun just to go through. I'm lost in my own art journal, guys. This was some paper that was gifted to me. It looks like postcards. And here's where I started making these pockets. The Art of Handwriting. This came from a Smithsonian magazine. I couldn't bear to tear it up. So I folded it up. Isn't that cool? That's an inkwell. The History of Early American Script and How to Read It. Isn't that cool? And what's this? This looks like a Dick Blick receipt. And this is a newspaper article of what? Washington's wartime tent. I'm not sure why I saved it. This photo shows a detailed watercolor. Oh, because it was a watercolor. Panorama of a Continental Army encampment that features the only known wartime depiction of George Washington's headquarters tent, his command center throughout the war in Philadelphia. Isn't that cool? News article. Shirley, let's see. This is my spiritual stuff. I kind of put that in another journal. It's kind of personal. I was reading the Bible in a year here. I kept track of that. Here's where I have some ideas. Contest for parts for art sketches. Here's an ATC stuck in here. Christmas ATC, December 15th, 2017. I think that was an extra one I didn't like, so I put it in here. Here's another sketchy sketch. Looking west. Oh, I know what this is. In this area, I started jotting down. This is kind of a list. I never did finish it. This was a list of all my memories, starting from my very first memory. I sat a couple days and wrote down all the memories that I could remember. And I think I got up to fourth grade. I was just jotting little things about my memories. And here I did a sketch. And you can't see it very well, but we lived in, about the fourth grade. We lived in this farmhouse, old white wood farmhouse, and you come down this long driveway. We had 2 mulberry trees right here, and we'd ride our bicycles up and down this driveway, and we'd smash all those mulberries. And then when the school bus came, and on the days that it could drive in our driveway, he'd come in this way, and he'd go around here. He'd go around. If it was cemented, it would be it'd be a fancy deal, because it'd be a, what do you call it, one of those curving driveways. But it wasn't cemented. This was all grass and field, and we had this old gravel driveway, and it came around this way, and it went around. There's some trees out here. This is a barn. This barn and these cows over here have special memories for me, because my first urban sketching experience was in a summer, and I was bored. I got tired of riding my bicycle up and down the driveway. And Mom, what can I do? What can I do? And she took me out here. See, that's a windmill there. And we sat out there by that windmill, and she sketched that barn and these cows. And I still have that sketch that she did. And after she was done, she gave me a piece of paper and a pencil, and she said, now you sketch it. And she went in the house. So I sketched it, and I have her sketch and my sketch. I have them matted on a piece of, up in Wisconsin. So that barn has special memories to me. I can shut my eyes and see this whole thing. It's all scribble on here, but it has. And here's the mailbox. We used to come out here when we were kids, and we'd come out here, and this was a gravel road here, and we'd sit out there and gather gravel stones and sit out there and by the mailbox and build wishing walls with the gravel stones. These are all memories that I have. I don't think I got any further than 4th grade. This, I was playing a bingo game. You guys might remember that, some of you long-termers. And notes. Oh, here's the ATC. This was another Halloween page. I did these wolves. Did that wolf. These are ATCs. There's a Halloween. I think this one was my mind map. Here I did. Here. I think I gave this one away too. I forget who won it. Was that you, Lisa? I don't know who won that wolf page. But and this was done off of that mind map. This was the wolf, and he's carrying this big, huge spider that has a skeleton head. And there's scissors and a web in the window and October 31st calendar. Here's another bigger spider down here with a skeleton head, chain around his neck, chain around his legs. Blood coming out of his mouth. I didn't do too bad on that, did I? Way back then, I made a photocopy of it, put it in my art journal. That was fun to do back then. This is the Society of Idea Collector Journal. Art journaling. I may not get to my art journal page tonight because I am kind of tired. We might just finish going through this. This is my Penelope stamp and a scissors. I did a scissors stamp. Art activities. Here was, I did some Easter egg postcards, and I had this Kleenex box. Fabergé Easter eggs, and this is the stencil that I used to make them with. I'd set it there. Do I have an example of one? Here's another sketch of Penelope. Here's my Penelope stamp. So go through your old art journal. I swear you'll find a lot of memories in them. Maybe some ideas. Here's a mind map, the junk jaunt. This was the, oh, this was other stuff. Here's some notes on the Vid Summit, Daryl Eves Vid Summit. I watched his video and took notes. Stair stepping, 50. I went back into the back step in the back porch there. I was going to do stair stepping every day. On September 24th, I did 50 steps. That's it. 1. That's my exercise chart. 1. Here's a bunch of headlines and fussy cuts that I kept out. Here's a question. I'm buying new living room furniture, but I'm struggling with proportions. What are the rules? March. Tell us what you think. I'll see if there's any more questions in here. Some quotes. This is we went for supper at a Japanese house. Oh. Birthday dinner. Copy on water cup. Copy on water paper. Not sure what that means. Here was a receipt. A bookmark. A bookmark that I cobbed off of the library. Well, they were free at the desk. Here's a coupon. I was saving for big pens. Never used it. Here's a cartoon. Garfield. Do we still have Garfield cartoons? Yeah, we do, but they're not colored in our paper. I have a lot of great ideas, Garfield. Do tell. Check this one out. Fire. That's hot, but not too hot. For when you want to undercook something. I kept it because it was about ideas. And I love these little Family Circus cartoons. They are so cute. No book tonight, Daddy. We just want you to talk us a story. My mother used to talk us stories. Tell us another story, Mom. She would tell us stories about her growing up. And we could hear them over and over and over again, and we'd never get tired of listening to them. I told you about the blue jay before. That's okay. We want to hear it again, Mom. Yeah. Tuck that in there. Come on, get in there. And this was just 2017 that I started doing this. This isn't that old. And it got big. It got too big for its pants, so I had to add another journal. This is, I got some index here. I got an index. Maybe that's why I added it. No, yeah, I guess that's just the index. Wait, do I have other stuff in here? Oh, I just slipped it in there Midori style. Let's pull this out. This was just for the index. But see, I made a pocket. I made a pocket here. I'm curious of what I put in this pocket. Here is more, quite the collection to keep or to throw away. That is the question. To keep or throw away. And then I just have stuff that keep it or throw it away. An old envelope. Here's my stamp offs of scissors. The things they like to keep. This is all about collecting. And looks like an envelope that was sent to me with washi tape, Jane Davenport's washi tape. To keep or throw away. It looks like I decided to keep a lot of this. Here's a Thanksgiving napkin. Might have to send that one to Lucia. Autumn. Oh, Aunt Mary. Oh, this is from my this is Thanksgiving. Eat more ham. My little Ashton, my little grandniece drew this. Eat more ham. It's her turkey from her hand. Little turkey Thanksgiving card from my grandniece. Here's a Nebraska card, library information. Gosh, I'm enjoying going through this. This is from the stamp offs from the Christmas, from my first of December. You carve a little stamp and then you arrange it to make. I was playing around with it. And what's his? Recipes? Celebrate the New Year's in style. What you need. These are like those cornucopias. It'd be fun to do those, wouldn't it? It's like, well, these are hats, but I assume it's not being cornucopias, but cones to put. They're hats made out of textbook paper, party hats. But I don't see them as party hats. I see them as being cones to hang. Fill with candy or something. Fill my hat with candy. To keep or throw away, that is the question. The things they like to keep. And this is about people who like to keep stuff. Bill Gaither. Gloria says that I collect characters. And looking around the homecoming family, I got to agree. This is all about the things that they collect. Somebody's collecting bells there and thimbles there. It's all about collecting. I'm not going to go through it all, but that's what that's all about. The things they like to keep. You can see what I like to keep. Ideas. Old papers. This is good for art journaling. I haven't even opened up that sack yet. This is just what was on top. What's in the sack? I gotta look. Here, let's look inside this. See, I made a sack. I glued it. I got this on the junk jaunt. sandhillsjourney.com. And I made a little sack out of it, a pocket sack. And let's see, I think this is just stuff from the jaunt. Yeah, it is. I thought that was so cool. It's just advertisement. State Historical Society naming room. Oh, after Harvard. This is an article about a guy who lives in this town of Harvard where I'm at now. Don R. Gerlach, a Harvard native who went on to become a history professor at the University of Akron in Iowa, has retired to his new hometown where he's active in preserving local history. So this is out of our local paper, a Harvard man who is a historian. What else do I have in here? Oh, what is this? I think this is, it is, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? Wait a minute. I have to see. This is a map. Oh, this is a map about Dr. BS. I won't go into that. This is a huge mind map about Dr. BS. It's a lot of BS. And let's see. This is a... I think this went with that Harvard guy there. Or I just liked it. I'm not sure why I saved it. This is a map when I went on that junk jaunt. No, that was from the Japanese house. This is the flight of the butterflies. This is talking about butterflies flapping their wings on one side of the world and affecting the world, other side of the world. Here's this wonderful light bulb. I could not glue it down, so I drew it in the front of this journal. And a Betty Crocker tag. So that's what was inside. Let's put it back. Is there any more in there? Oh, there's a few things. What's in here? Some, looks like a post office receipt, a scrap of paper. I guess that's it. I'm going to put this stuff back in. For the next time I go treasure hunting for ideas. Treasure hunting for ideas. It goes like something like this. And then I folded it, scrunched it all up, like something like that. Put this on top. And this, I think did I put it on the inside? I'm going to. And then this comes around and holds it closed. Ah, Society of Idea Collector, my very first Society of Idea Collector journal. And it took me forever to color both sides of these tabs, but man, I'm tempted to do it again out of another composition, because I got empty composition books. Oh yeah, like I need more to do. And then I have 2 or 3 of these big folder bands around it. I got to put this away or it won't get put away. I think I put one this way and a couple this way to keep it shut. Dee Dee Willingham inspires me. That's what this is all about. So this was done 3 years ago. And I think that's, is that it? I think that's it of my journals. Oh, one more. Well, no, I got to show you this year's. This year's, I have a January, February journal, May. This is started in April. And this ledger was all one ledger. Look at it now that I don't even have it all out here. I have some more. I had to break this in half because here's that ledger journal. It grew pretty fat. Pretty fat. This is from this year. And I'm not going to go through it all because I've been through all this before. I'm just showing. What I'm working on now are my dangle stamps. I'll show you that. And I only got today, day 11 carving? Day 11 carving. Maybe day 12. I think I have that other one I carved and I didn't like. I have a lot of ideas on an envelope out in the other room. So this is the second part. The second part of this. This will be bound at the end of this year. Let me set it down here. Let me set it down here. This is volume 1 starting in April, and I need to bind it. I broke the binding so I could take the second part out of here. But just to show you some of the things I do in my journals, you guys have seen these several times probably. I journal, I write. This is some urban sketching at the lake. I keep things. This is when my sister-in-law passed away. This was just a sketch I drew. This is my memory of the little boy who knocked on our door trying to sell toilet paper during the COVID-19. This is where I started sketching those dogs. Here I saved this because this is a question. What small good thing made you happy today? And I got to 9/11 and I wrote live stream hops in Phibbsville. That's pretty appropriate, huh? Here are lists of projects that I want to get done during my streams. I started writing them in my journal because I'd always lose my list. So instead of taking and writing on a list and putting it in my journal, I just wrote it on my journal. And here's the dogs I was sketching. This got me into the pet portraits. This is Joyce's Tinker. That's the first one that I did, Tinker. Of course, hers is better now. I had to do it several times before Tinker came out. This is Susan Hill's Belle dog. Here's some more off of the sketches off of the fan book. These are experiments with crayon. This was just a sketch I did. Fussy cutting fabric, more project lists. This is Arlene's Piper. This is where I started learning how, got hair in my mouth, learning the difference between just putting crayon on page and melting the crayon on the page. And that's where when I really started putting melted crayon on my pet portraits. More lists and ideas. This is this is Paul Revere. There's a famous painting of Paul Revere, and I did a watercolor and collaged him in there. These are of the peonies from this spring. I did a watercolor. Here's Beth Schuler's Abby, and I call this my Henry wannabe because he was one of my first ones. It doesn't look like Henry. Looks like a little teddy bear. I call him the Henry wannabe, but Belle, I got Belle down pretty good. And even the one that I eventually sent to Beth Schuler, I was really proud of the, not Belle, Abby. Abby. This is Abby. This is Beth Schuler's Abby. And then I did all these little thumbnail sketches. Pockets of half nail and stuff. More lists and experimenting with stamping. Here's Henry. See, this looks more like Henry. Mary Berry's Henry. And I'll take, like this came out of the Mary Jane magazine. And when I find something that inspires me, I'll take the whole page out of the magazine and pop it in my journal. Then I have some little fussy cut stuff around my writing. Here's where I was experimenting with melted crayon that I'd scrape all the wax off and then I'd stamp over it. And here, see, here's some more lists. I have not here, behind me someplace, I have a composition book of lists. But I started putting all my lists in my journals because they're there. They're there. Nobody's going to take them out. They're bound in there. And this was, you were meant to be free. And what does that mean to you? Free to develop your own style, free to create a safe space, free to be you. We came up with 35 of them in this. But my lists have really grown over the years. I think I'm going to start doing questions. Start asking more questions like the lists. More pockets. These are prompts from the Pick 10 games. More writing. I was playing with melted crayons here. I'm starting to sketch Cheryl's yin yang. Here I was playing with Zentangle, which really isn't very good Zentangle. More writing. Project list. Here's an ATC card. Here's just a beautiful flower that I fussy cut. More thumbnails. More Zentangle. This was a Pick 10 I think I did with Beth Schuler. Had fun doing that one. Watercolor of Iris. Foam stamps. Here's the little bobby pin embellish. Well, she did hers on paper clips. Crafting with a budget on one of the art streams. Was it last month or the month before? Did these wonderful page paper clip embellishments, and I put mine on a bobby pin. I did finally found my paper clips. More nails. So here's what I do when I art journaling. This is really what I've been doing the last year. This is what my art journaling looks like. Just it's kind of an idea journal in a way, but it kind of keeps track of my my thoughts and my lists. And here I'd sketched all these ATCs in June of summer, children playing and the summer fun. And I sketched one for every day. I think I got them all done. Here's Sophie. This is Rhonda's Sophie dog. Reminds me a lot of Henry. More writing and journaling, more kids. Here I'm playing with how to take knots. I need to do more of that. I'm playing with borders here. Here I took notes off of Barb Owen, one of her streams. I sat there and I loved listening to her talk. She was showing all of her little journals that belonged, little books that belonged to her parents in the past, and some that she had. But I just took notes, and this is where she did that balancing. Balancing. Let's see, what was the quote? The key to life is balance. It was an elephant on a ball. And I just sketched a little border there. And then she was talking about learning to type. And she says, I learned to type like the wind. And so I wrote it down there. And this is, I call this my Becky page, because these cards are from Becky. And Becky sent me this attitude thing, which really helped me at the time. And I think Mitzi sent me this, some happy mail from Mitzi. Here's another list. A list of little things that make you happy. We came up with 52. Oh, look. Here's a Picasso row. How fun was that? Here's a postcard from Journey. I'm having fun going through my own journal. Here's some more notes. A year of looking back. Your favorite memory from elementary school. Here's Tizzy. Of course, she ended up looking a lot better than that. But here's a pick 10 that I did. This is not Tizzy. This is a pick 10. This is pretty close to what Tizzy looked like when I finished. It's out there on my Instagram. Probably on my community tab, too. List of children playing. Thumbnails. This is what far as I got with the thumbnails. I started doing chairs, but I need to do dogs and squirrels. And I think these came from Sue's Pretty Ladies to Sketch. This photo that I sketched from here came from Mitzi. I wish for you a cool morning away from the chaos of the world. This was when so much of that COVID was being discussed in the news. I got so sick of hearing it. I went outside and front porch and journaled, and that's why I sketched her. Here's some doodling. Father's Day list that we did in the stream for Father's Day. I sketched little journals. This is front porch stuff. This is the cat that bit me. Not this time. And we have this big old yellow cat. He'll wander over from next door, and he thinks he owns our front porch. Well, I liked him until one day he come over and he hopped up. I was in the porch swing minding my own business, and he hopped up beside me, and I thought he wanted to get in my lap, so I reached over and I was going to put him over in my lap, and he thought I was going to kill him or something. He bit me on the arm right there. I told him he's not welcome at my porch anymore. He's come over a couple times. And he came over one time. He's going to jump up on the swing again, and I said no, and he looked at me and walked away. I guess he got the message. More journaling. I love that bicycle. Another project list. Here's a summertime list. Things at summertime. Welcome summer. We did this list in preparation for the first hop that we did in July. Was our summertime hop. We did a summertime. I did a journal. I'm not sure. I got playlists out there if you want to see it. Here's a Playing with Aileen's image transfer that I got at the thrift store. These did pretty good. The others didn't do so good. I'm not sure why. I think it had to do with the magazine that I was using, the paper, and maybe even the cloth. These came out pretty good. Here I was watching the spacewalk of July 1st. And I made notes and did some sketches. Here's the astronaut. Some spools of thread journal. Kintsugi. I love this. Kintsugi is a Japanese term. It means golden repair. The origin of kintsugi dates from the 15th century, when artisans and craftsmen were looking for a more aesthetic means to mend broken ceramics. When an object breaks, the kintsugi technique involves using gold dust and resin or lacquer to reattach the broken pieces, built on the idea that profound strength and beauty is to be found in imperfection. This art form can help shape our own perspective about the scars we bear. I love that. I love the technique. Of course, I don't have any I don't have any gold to repair with. I guess I could mix some gold in some E6000 or something and do reinvent kintsugi for art journaling. Some doodles. I carved a dragon stamp here. Another list on sound, opinion. This was some Happy Mail that was sent to me from, this came from Janice Glines. So cute. This is when she sent me that journal, the zine journal. She sent that card with it. Let me put this back in. You see my domino stamp over here? I still have domino envelopes to send. Here's another Picasso roll. Here's another list. I wish somebody would invent. See, we've been doing a lot of lists in our streams. So I've got a lot of lists in my journal. I wish somebody would invent a keyboard that fixes typos. I wish somebody would invent a glue gun with no strings. I wish somebody would invent non-fattening food. Well, I think they have, but that really tastes good. I think they meant. I wish somebody would invent dishes that loads and washes, dishwashers that loads itself and washes them for you. Gotta load itself is the key word. Here's some, I was playing, I think that's supposed to be sunshine. Playing with ideas for my snow globes. Here I did some sketch noting of a article in a Hastings Tribune, a sports article. I was impressed by all the terms those men use. Off the bat, leaving the yard, over the bricks, past the baseball, scoring came in clumps, streamlined second base, stealing second base. And I got some stitch designs out there, some little mini stamps. I didn't fill this one out. I was playing with stamps there. This is a hanky. Oh, this was an example of a hanky that I wanted to, somebody in one of the auctions was saying that if you stamped on a fine thread piece of fabric that it would stamp nice. And this is done with permanent ink. And I stamped that dragonfly stamp on it, and it did come out very nice. The hanky was not a, it was just an older one, but it's a fine fabric. So that was experimenting. This is a card from Becky. I think this one came from Sharon Lombard. Doodles, magazine image that I liked. Another project list. Here was where oh, this isn't going to open anymore. This is where I experimented with painting on white, just the white back of napkin, and where I learned that you can actually paint on those. That was very interesting. So this is another list. So you've always wanted to, what have you always wanted to do? Be an animator, live at the beach, try scuba diving. These are another Friday night list. We got to 42 of them. Here's a gingerbread house. This is my Penelope. I was playing with crayon here. Here's Lori's Blaze. Of course, I have some writing underneath of him. I'm not sure why, but I got him all done and he's ready to send. I just don't have it sent yet. some sketches, a snow globe, pick 10. I was doing one night. An old newspaper with a stamp on it, my gear stencil, list, journaling. I'm getting to the end of the volume 1. This was wax paper. This was melted crayon. I made a whole row of galaxy paper. I'm going to make more of that. This is wax paper, and what you see in the background here is all melted crayon. Melted crayon, except for then I splattered gold paint on it. This is melted crayon. This was foam stamp that I dipped in paint, but I wanted to stamp it on fabric, so that's what that's all about. This is a project list that I copied real nice and neat. Work in your crack-a-lackin' journal. I'm still working in that one. Cigarette boxes. I just did those. Foam stamps. I got those done. I never did finish the Picasso dog templates. Picasso roll for dogs. Christmas postcards I'm still working on, and there's the last page. I won't go through the other volume, but you can get an idea of things I like recently to do in my art journaling. Whether I'll continue to art journaling like this is another story. Where are we at? I didn't look at chat that whole time. Let's look at chat. Let's look at chat. Good night, Suze. Branson's here. Teresa, little sister Spitfire, says, good night, everyone. Julie Parker's here. Branson says, I love your Wisconsin stories. Reminds me of my childhood in Wisconsin. Oh, you grew up in Wisconsin. Beth Schiller said that Dee Dee enabled her. I'm getting ready to sign off. It's almost a quarter till 12. Joycey's here. Beth Schuler was here. Marge West was in here. I don't know if you guys have probably all gone to bed by now. Mary could write a book. Mary can just talk at Blue Street, can't she? When I talk about art journaling, I can. I was going to do some art journaling tonight, but it's getting too late. Beth said that they painted a cornucopia last night. Cool, Beth. Very cool. Who, what, when, where, why, and how? Society of Idea Collectors. Renee was here. Little Red Wagon says she's got a HYGG journal going. All things cozy, simple, and peaceful. That's cool. Aunt Beck said she has the Sunday paper from the day Greg was born with all the ads. Oh, how cool is that? That's pretty cool, Becky. Becky's, I don't know if she's still here. She might be tired. It's getting late over there on the East Coast. Let's see. Positive Alphabet Journal. Yes. Yes. She was talking about that small journal that we did along with Barb Owens, was a Positive Alphabet Journal. Yeah. Mary, did you use Mod Podge or matte medium? I probably used glue. If you're talking about that glue book that I was opening up and it was all scrunchy. I don't use Mod Podge to journal with, just simply because I know even the matte stuff can stick. And I don't use matte medium because I don't want to spend the money to buy not matte medium, even the cheaper kind, for my journaling. So I use Elmer School glue mixed with a little water. So that's why it's sticking, you know. But it's a glue book. It's supposed to stick. I'll have to go in and wax those pages. Ambeck said, we are waiting on Greg to get in, and then we'll be off to bed. I hope Greg got home. Branson says, Mary, I'm back. There's why, I call her why Lazima Art. She says, hi, Mary, and all you beautiful people, and congratulations about the hop. The hop was a fun one tonight, wasn't it? It was really a fun hop tonight. I really enjoyed, and I can't wait to do some of the postage stamps that Kiesha did. And APGJamie did those serendipity journal covers. How fun was that? And just sitting and listening, just sitting and listening to Shespins ply that yarn. I don't know. I know, well, I can't say I don't know anything because I took that spinning class, spinning on a spindle with Lisa, and I did learn some things about spinning, but I certainly am a beginner. And it was so fun just to listen to her talk about it, and just to listen to the hum of that. I call it the plier. It's whatever that little mechanism that she uses to ply her yarn with. And I don't know, Juanita, you know, I don't think that she thinks that she's interesting to us as she is. We all enjoy her streams. We enjoy her talking while she's doing it. You know, it's like, this is just like a big old virtual get together. That's what I'm thinking. You know what they call that? The quilting bees. And back in the pioneer days, all the ladies would get together and talk. And well, that's kind of what this is. Big old virtual, not a quilting bee, but a let us gather. You know, I was going to light my candle. I forgot to light my candle. I'm not going to light it now. I like to light it and then go at the end. So it's getting late. Oh, yes, Lisa's stream. Lisa's stream was wonderful. Uh-oh, I just about put somebody in timeout there. Let me flip my squirrel over. He's sitting here on my desk waiting to be taken to the printers. Or see if I take him to the printers. That's a fussy calendar piece. And this was pencils I was showing from earlier. There. This is the squirrel that I'm going to have printed off like I did the fox, and the hummingbird. And he's going to go to whoever contributes Super Chat. And I already, not that I'm asking for Super Chats, but I feel like I need to, if Dee Dee does it, Meri has to do it. Dee Dee is who I learned from. Let me straighten this out a little. Dee Dee is, I wouldn't call her my mentor. She's my idea. She's where I get inspired. Not the only person, because you all are. You all are. So let me go back to my live stream again here now. The hop was fabulous. Yes, it was. Oh, and thank you, and thank you for being, you guys. You know, we thank the gals that stream, but we also really need to thank our moderators, you know, because they're there. I noticed a couple of them tossed out some trolls earlier in one of the streams, and Jersey was dropping links, and Janet Mom was in there. I had a laugh at one. I didn't know Janet was in there, and I dropped it. Janet dropped a link, and I didn't see it, so it was to Peck or Die. And I went out and got the link, and I dropped it. And then right after I dropped the link, Aunt Beck dropped the link. Go look at Peck or Die's channel. But thank you to all the people who come in and moderate for us, because you're the ones who keep us in line and, you know, keep the bad guys away, keep the boogeymen away. So I am going to let you guys go. I had fun talking through my journals. That was just a few of them. Just a few of them. So that's what art journaling means to me. It certainly is a passion. So this is Sunday night. I will not be streaming tomorrow morning. Dee Dee Willingham will come on at 8:30 Eastern. And then Janet Young comes on a little bit. I think Dee Dee streams until about, 11 or so, my time. And then after about an hour or so, Janet Young comes on. And then I think Kathy Arbor. And early in the morning, not early in the morning, but in the morning hours, Janet Nash comes on. She's over in the UK. Just so many people to watch these days. Monday afternoon, I think Kathy Arbor comes on, but don't quote me on that. And then Monday night, Lisa, my Eclectic Life, comes on, and she was the one who did all the wonderful collage, showed all of her collaging tonight. Lisa, my Eclectic Life. Then I'll come back on Tuesday morning. We did not go grocery shopping yesterday. We did not go today. I can't go tomorrow. I'm going to sit and stitch with my St. Louis friends because I missed them for 2 weeks. And my brother needs to get a haircut, but his barber is not open on Monday. So Tuesday, we're going to go get groceries because we're going low on groceries. All right. Everybody have a wonderful week. Keep your joy. Keep your joy. Don't let what's going on in this world. It just seems like it just gets worse and worse. Do not let the world take your joy away. Find something, just one thing to be joyful about. Even if it's a scribble on a piece of paper, you did some art. Bye, everybody. Have a great start to the week.